Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Nefer, and I'd like to show you my current workflow for creating blog posts and then also setting up unique chatbots based off the blog posts that I share with my visitors. So by the end of the video, you'll be able to see how I come up and publish a post that looks something like this, while also uploading the chat notes that allows my users to engage with this YouTube video by asking whatever questions that they might have. So here's a little sample of what that payment gateway looks like. And the gateway that I chose to use is a Bitcoin wallet. So I'm charging about 35 sats as Bitcoin stands today, which is equivalent to 1 penny. And then my users can go ahead and ask questions. And those questions are being pulled through a cool tool called Retune. So Retune has that specific knowledge about this particular YouTube video that was recently published. And I'll show you how I set that up as well. And I think what's going to attract people most about this is just the speed of which to put something like this together. It actually takes me less than 10 minutes from start to finish. There is a little setup involved. For instance, you do have to set up, your things in Retune, your episodes in a tool called Castmagic. Of course, you have to have your website blog post structure set up and ready to go with your templates, and also prompts that you use. So what I'm going to do is show you kind of like the pipeline that I put together to publish something from start to finish. All right, cool. So what I've lined up is this really cool video I highly recommend for anyone interested in learning more about Bitcoin to check out. It's called Why the World Needs Bitcoin. So I'm going to copy the YouTube URL and then copy the title of the video. And then I'm going to head over to Castmagic. So Castmagic is brilliant. I highly, highly recommend giving it a look. It converts your audio into gems. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is go over to my Bitcoin University space. You can see that I've uploaded quite a few videos that you can find on my website if you'd like. And what we can do here is upload a file or a YouTube video, which is what we're going to do. And we are going to put in the URL. And what Castmagic is going to do is convert that video into audio, and then that audio into different types of content. So we'll fill out how many speakers are expected and then save the recording. So this usually takes about a minute or so for it to kind of complete. So let me go ahead and pause. Actually, it looks like it's done. That was very fast. So I'm going to select my speaker. Matthew Cratter is the man. Highly recommend you give him a look if you're interested in learning about Bitcoin. So then we're going to go to AI content. And this takes another 30 seconds or so. Oh, wow, it's pretty fast today. That's great to see. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. And these are saved prompts that I've created for my needs. So that's something that Castmagic has released, which I really like. They've been on fire lately and releasing new features that are killer. And I really like this because it takes away some of that tedious, repetitive things that I have to do, right? We all need meta descriptions on our websites for SEO and all that stuff, right? So I went ahead and copied the slug, which is going to be the page path and the URL, and then the meta description that I'm going to include. And then here is where some magic happens. So I'm going to scroll up to this section here called Key Topics and Bullets. And looks like the format is ready to go. And I'm going to select this as the meat of the blog post that I'm about to create. So next I have a prompt that I borrowed from Keywords Everywhere, which I also recommend you have a look. And we're going to copy and paste that key topics and bullets that Castmagic just so kindly created for us. So this takes about 30 seconds for the blog post to come out. And specifically, I've asked it to return a blog post that's in markdown format. So that allows me to just kind of not worry about formatting and having to kind of mess around with that within my editor. So here is what it returned. And of course, what you're going to do is you're going to have a look at the blog post a little bit more closely than I did, right? Because this is a demo. And next, I'm going to open up my website editor and then show you how I put together my content before I publish it. Okay, so here I am in my Visual Studio Code editor, and I have a static site generator built by Hugo. So this is how I publish my website material. And what I'm going to do here is create a new post. And because we're efficient, we're going to reuse this command in the terminal to create a new post. So the new post has kind of like the structure already set up. So we just have to change a couple of different things, right? So we're going to use the same tags as a similar post that I've used in the past. And then I'm going to put in that meta description that we copied earlier, which is right here. And then we're going to just modify that format there for the canonical URL. Just kind of a little minor detail. Then we're going to put the YouTube ID for this video. So just clean up the link like so. And then we're going to copy in or paste in what Castmagic gave us, right? So the formatting looks pretty good. Something to note, sometimes the formatting isn't consistent, but lately there's been an improvement. So I'm not sure what Castmagic has done, but it looks good. So you'll definitely give this a once over and just make sure that everything kind of fits to your requirements. And I'll just kind of scan through here. So for instance, like I just want one. I want one H1 tag. So I would want to just kind of switch this into a header 2. So what I can do here is just make some slight adjustments by selecting all of the pound signs. There's quite a few. Wow, this is quite a lengthy post. And it looks like we got all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just add an extra one so everything is consistent. Beautiful. So next I'm going to just make sure that my get command looks good before I commit it. And I'll go ahead and put the name of the slug in here. And then I'm going to push this to my GitHub repo. And that should be good to go. Great. So I'm going to go back to Castmagic and then download the script. So I'm going to download this and then upload it over to Retune. All right, so here I am in Retune. I'm in my Bitcoin University workspace, and I need to create a new chatbot specifically for that blog post. So I'm going to put in the title of that episode and then upload or train, quote unquote, with the transcript from Castmagic. I'm going to go to my folder here and then select Why the World Needs Bitcoin. I'll open that up and that should be ready to go pretty soon. And then what I'll do next is copy the chatbot ID and then head over to Typebot where I have my Retune chatbots kind of dynamically managed. All right, cool. So when I say dynamically managed, I pretty much mean just like a Google Sheet. So I have one Typebot that comes in and then just pulls the information from this spreadsheet and then injects appropriate information, right? So the way that I've done it is by calling the web page URL. So web page URLs are kind of like a proxy for an ID because you can't have duplicate page URLs, right? They're kind of unique. They're unique like emails. So what I've done just to make my life easier is to have the Typebot just look up by the page, and then I just kind of adjust the page URL here. So I'm going to replace the slug and then put in the new one here, and then I'll fill out the rest of the information, which all kind of plugs into the Typebot dynamically. And I'll go ahead and just continue with this. And this is where we're going to put our chatbot ID. And this is the special Retune API for that workspace. Okay, so we're going to go back to my website. Let's go ahead and go to my homepage, and you can see we have our new blog post here, Why the World Needs Bitcoin. And then we're going to just make sure that the chat notes are actually updated. So let's go ahead and kind of walk through this process here as a check. So the right YouTube video pulled up, fantastic. And then I'm going to do a quick test. So I have my Moon wallet, which you can't see. I'm going to scan the QR code, send 34 sats. All right, so payment received. I'm going to click on I already paid. And now it's going to let me go and ask a question about this particular YouTube video. So I'm going to ask it, of course, why does the world need Bitcoin? And then let's see what it returns. So Retune is working its magic in the background. It's parsing or kind of going through the embeddings, or aka the file that I uploaded. And then I get the response. The world needs Bitcoin because it allows individuals to save for the future without the risk of government or corporate control over their money. Bitcoin provides financial freedom and protection against inflation. Awesome. It looks like it's working well. And I hope this gave you an idea of, what you can do with your workflow in terms of how you can publish blog posts on your website, what tools you can use to kind of speed that up, and then also using Retune to kind of enhance the content on your website to allow for a better user experience. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Throw them in the comments. And if you have any ideas for a future video, I'd love to hear from you too. All right, see you in the next one.